Hi everyone, it's Cornisha Syrup. Look, so so if you've been watching any of my videos, or if you look at any of my videos, most of them they're just silly, right? They're just kind of funny and ridiculous. Or I think a lot of people might take them seriously because I say words that trigger a response based on whatever identity a human being in the modern day has, right? So if I say I'm gay or I'm, you know, Jewish or Muslim or black, people might think that, I'm making fun of a group, but just by identifying as a certain group, because humans are very shallow and they expect you to be in a certain group based on the way you look. But I'm playing with the words because they're funny. That's all. I think it's funny that humans are so obsessed with their identities these days that if you even mention an identity, they get triggered by the word of the identity itself, which is ridiculous. But, that's just what normal humans are. They're very psychotic and primitive and insane. And they're very easily controlled and brainwashed. But anyway, I wanted to create a video that is more rooted in my actual life as Cornisha Syrup, the avatar, the incarnation of whatever I might be. So, I had for the past few days, I've been having the feeling that it would be helpful to talk about something that, well, when I briefly looked it up on YouTube, I looked through maybe one or two pages of videos, and this is about brushing teeth. And that I never brush my teeth. I mean, the last time I brushed my teeth was like in 2013 or 2014. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was because I was in a play, and the play, I had to kiss a person in the play. It was a theater play, and the person said I had to brush my teeth, so I said, "Oh, okay." But otherwise, other than that, I don't brush my teeth because I find it to be uh, unhelpful in every way that there is possible. So I've decided that. Oh, excuse me. Let me do this. All right. I've decided that I'm not. I don't. I just don't brush my teeth. And the reason for that is um, that it doesn't seem to be. I mean, well, let's go back from where I began as a young person. So generally my family showed me how to brush my teeth. So I did that for a while with the nice bubblegum flavored uh, toothpaste. But then at some point, I just stopped doing it because it didn't seem like it made any sense. Now, I don't know why I just stopped. It just didn't make sense to brush my teeth. Because I think just in general, if I think about it, brushing the surface of the teeth doesn't make sense that it would fix any problems, because if the because the problem with teeth is that it's rooted in the body. It's part of the body, and I've known for a long time that the health of the teeth is related to the health of the body. And so brushing the teeth, it doesn't make sense in regards to fixing health problems of the teeth, because all you're doing is scratching the surface of a problem. That's like if you have skin cancer and you brush your skin to make the cancer go away. It's not going to go away by brushing the skin. It doesn't make sense. It literally makes no sense at all. It's just ridiculous. And I think the reason why so many people say they do it, or because or so many people do it, I don't know if I feel like a lot more people don't brush their teeth, but they never will admit it because they're embarrassed and they think that people aren't going to like them. Guess what? People aren't going to like you regardless of whatever you're doing anyway. So you might as well just admit that you don't brush your teeth. But of course, I guess if you live in a first world country and you have to go to work and all that, you have to like act like you do these things, because I guess if you tell people you don't brush your teeth, then they're going to be scared, because people are so stupid. They're totally brainwashed into thinking that you have to do certain things like brush your teeth. But as I grew up, I watched a lot of nature documentaries of animals in nature, and I've never seen any other animal brush their teeth. And a lot of people tell me, oh, well, animals, that's why animals die early or whatever. Well, a lot of animals, they live a very long time. Like alligators. And alligators, for example, that's a good example of teeth. The whole livelihood of an alligator is based on their teeth and their mouth. And they need their teeth to work because that's how they eat. I mean, that's how they not only eat, but that's how they catch their prey. And that's their entire livelihood is based on the fact that their mouth and their teeth work. But they never brush their teeth. No other animal does this. But they live quite a long time, and in captivity they live even longer, and they still don't brush their teeth in captivity. So I asked people why they think animals, if we brush our teeth, why don't any other animals do it? And they say, well, because like in the ocean, like sharks, they get brushed, their teeth get brushed by the water and by eating bones. Or like dogs, yeah, they eat bones or whatever. I feel like a lot of people just never think about this at all. I think they just brush their teeth because everyone else is brushing their teeth, and they don't question it, and because people don't think, they don't question anything. But for example, I went to the dentist a long time ago, once, and they said I had 2 cavities, and my family member had 4, I believe, and they brush their teeth twice a day. And they've always done that religiously. And, I was like, yeah, I know, because it doesn't matter if you brush your teeth. The problem with the health is based on the body. It's not based on the outside of the body. It's based on the health of the body. And so the dentist, because I was young, told me I need to come and get it drilled out. So I got those 2 cavities drilled out, and they filled it with ceramic or something. But then I just decided never to go to a dentist again, because clearly they don't know what they're doing. That's my opinion. I'm not a dentist, but I feel like a lot of doctors and dentists and veterinarians do things because they're trying to get money out of you, and not because they want to heal you, and I think that's true. I think that's very true, because there's just a lot of corruption all over the place, and most people are base their actions on selfishness and really nothing else, just selfish temporary gains. And so I don't have any teeth problems. I mean, the only thing is, they're yellow or something, I guess. They're not even that yellow, honestly. But even then, I don't care. I don't lose teeth. I don't have any, I've never had any tooth problems. And I eat really healthy. I think, here's the thing. Here's what I will say. I think the main problem with people and teeth and the mouth is the health of the body, is your diet. So if you want to maintain your teeth and just maintain health in general, you eat a good diet. You don't eat bad food. And I don't have to tell you what bad food is. You should know what bad food is. It's food that has nitrites are bad, or any preservatives. Well, not all preservatives are bad, but most preservatives, MSG, anything that's toxic. You can look this up yourself. Or if you just eat whole foods, like fruits and vegetables and meat, then that'll keep you healthy holistically, and your teeth will stay in your mouth and they won't hurt. At least that's what's worked for me. I don't know how it is for other people. I think that's how it is. But I think here's a really good thing you can do to keep your health in every sense of the word, not just your teeth, but in every general sense. And it's a very easy remedy. Just don't take drugs or alcohol at all. I don't think that should even be a question. I don't know how this is even a question, but drugs are obviously bad. Alcohol is obviously bad. They're both poisonous, and including marijuana, which is, a lot of people think somehow that marijuana is somehow healthy because it's a plant, but it's not. It's not healthy. It's very bad for you. And if you've known a lot of people, I've known quite a few people who smoke a lot of marijuana, you know that it sedates people, and it makes them personalityless. It takes away their personality, it takes away their creativity. It's not good for you. There's no drug that's good for you in regards to, recreational drugs that people take at parties and stuff like that. And obviously alcohol is bad, tobacco's bad. In every way, obviously. And then, of course, and I say this I have to say this carefully, but I would say that all pharmaceutical drugs are bad as well. Obviously, antibiotics are bad because the more you take them, the more you're destroying your healthy bacteria in your body. And it's not good for you. People need to trust their body more. And I know that doctors and a lot of people think that the body is your enemy and that you should keep taking medications to stop it from healing, but the body knows what it's doing. You need to trust the body. I remember when I got a fever of 107, and everyone's telling me to take antibiotics, and I said, no, why would I do that? The body is not trying to kill me. It's trying to heal me. So I trust the body, and I let the body do whatever it does. And if, for example, if I die, then I die. But I'm not going to take pharmaceuticals either because they're poisonous. I mean, they're just poisonous. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, so if you think what I'm saying is wrong, that's good. You shouldn't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not anything. This is just my experience. But you should let the body heal itself by eating healthy, by resting, meditating, and just being a healthy person. And staying away from poisonous substances, which there's a lot of them, because humans love to poison themselves for some reason. I don't know why. But if you like doing alcohol and eating bad food, go ahead. I'm not telling you can't. I'm just telling you what I do and why I have all my teeth and why I don't worry about my teeth ever, and I don't brush them because it's just pointless. There's no need to do it. But anyway, that's my serious video. And I'll call this a serious series for something that I do in my actual life and not just some made up nonsense, right? So anyway, I think the thumbnail is going to be silly though because I like to be silly, and because I think people take everything way too seriously and they're not creative and they're boring and they're annoying because normal people are just crazy. They're just crazy because they just do whatever they're told and they don't question anything because that's just what normal people do. But anyway, that's all. And that's a new video that's not silly for once. Haha.